Well, that was a pretty good guess. That's not, I was just throwing it there. That's not where I was. I'm just trying to see, and that actually looked pretty decent. I don't know. I think I'm going to be around there. I'm going to make another step left.
Welcome to Bowling Over 50, your YouTube channel for great bowling instruction. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to get a notice for upcoming videos. Drop us a comment or question. We're excited to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button right now and join the game.
Welcome back to Bowling Over 50. I'm Alan Berger. I am super excited about this video today, and I'm really excited about the channel itself. It's been doing so well. We've got a lot of comments, people coming to the channel. They're taking the instructions, they're taking them out onto the lanes, they're practicing. And the beginning bowlers that are coming to the channel and watching the videos, super excited about you guys. All the comments I've been getting about, I'm watching your videos and the things you're teaching me, I'm getting so much better. Had one guy saying that his league average has gone up 20 pins since he started watching our videos, so I'm super excited about that. Today, the video is going to be about a sport shot. Now, I know you guys, a lot of you guys bowl league, and you're never going to want to bowl on a sport shot. But I wanted to do a video that give you a little insight and help if you ever found yourself in a situation of bowling something like nationals where you need to figure out a pattern. So I'm going to bring in today a friend of mine. He's a silver level coach. He runs the pro shop here in the center that I bowl in. We're going to have several videos with him. We've had a video with him before. He's my best friend's son, and he actually throws it pretty good too. So I want to welcome into the channel Stefan Wood.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing great, and you?
So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk through how to get lined up on a sports shot.
Awesome.
I don't know what's out here. I'm thinking you don't know what's out here. We're just going to throw some shots. In sports shot leagues, they'll show you a pattern, and you kind of can look at a diagram and get some basic information.
Yeah.
But when you go to nationals, there's nothing. You just got to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, that's always really tricky, especially knowing what to take with you.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty standard on what I take with me, and you'll get some people that'll put some videos out about what they're taking. But so today we're going to try to get lined up on this sport pattern. We have both not seen it. We don't know what it looks like, and we're going to both talk through our procedures and what we do to try to help get lined up. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'll go first.
Cool.
And the way I usually start on any sports shot is I am going to throw the ball to the right. I want to see what the gutter is doing. And I always start with a bigger ball. I usually start with an asymmetric big ball with some surface on it. That gives me a little bit better read of where the end of the pattern is, because as soon as it hits the end of the pattern, it is going to start to hook. If I threw something cleaner, something with some shine to it, it may go 2 or 3 feet longer before it actually starts to hook. So I want to throw something a little bigger with some surface on it so I can see where the ball is actually hooking. I haven't really warmed up, so I'm just going to kind of walk the ball and throw the ball down there. I'm not lining up anywhere. I'm just going to throw a shot and see what it looks like. So I'm going to watch it, and it looks like that thing hooked way down there. That looked like it hooked at about 45, 46 feet.
So I'm actually going to grab a ball real quick.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take a little bit different approach than you.
Okay.
This is just personal preference. So in a scenario like nationals, for the most part, there's so much pageantry with nationals and coming out, to the lanes and all that you don't have time. You don't have time to warm up. You don't have time to really get together and get loose, right?
Right.
So for the most part, even though I'm in my 20s, I'm going to be stiff. So the very first ball I usually take, I'll get a shiny ball, and a lot of it is so that I can get that push. But the cool thing about the shiny balls is, since it's nothing but surface area with that polish, right, the moment it sees the end of the pattern, it's going to jump if you throw it slow enough. So in this case, what I'm going to do on my first shot is...
Little different than the way I go about it.
Yeah, I'm going to get a little bit to the right, and I'm just going to throw this one real slow. And then I just look for, I don't care where it hits, right?
Right.
I'm just looking for when that change of direction happens. So I'll agree with you. It's roughly about that 45, 46 foot mark.
One of the things that I think is key for anybody that's bowling in a sport pattern or bowling at nationals is to always watch your partners.
Yeah.
Because you're throwing your shot, but now I just watched your shot. I was thinking 45, 46 feet. I watched your ball to see where it hooked. If you watch your bowling partners and the opposing team on the lane, you'll get even more information about what's going on the pattern.
Absolutely, and my shot just confirmed your opinion very well, right? Like if my shot didn't really start to tip until right before the camera, and that camera is roughly 50 feet down lane, right? So we have a really, really good look as to what our length is.
Okay, we'll throw another one. You've got a head pin up there so you can kind of get a judge.
Now I'm going to start kind of ramping up my speed. It's still getting loose. I'm still kind of watching for just when it hooks.
Okay.
Yeah, that change of direction's just right there, right around where that camera is.
All right, so I'm still not completely loose, but we're going to try to ramp up the speed a little bit. So watching his ball and watching my bowling ball go down the lane, I've got a little bit of an idea that we've got a 180 on 3. All right, so now I'm going to throw my second shot. I'm getting a little looser. I've been doing a little flexing, so I'm going to kind of go full speed now. I've watched my ball go down the lane. I've watched 2 of his shots go down the lane, so I have a pretty decent idea that this pattern's 45, 46 feet long, so it's a little longer. I don't know what's going on in the middle of the lane yet, so I'm just going to make a little step to the left, and we're going to throw it up 10 and see what throwing up 10 looks like and seeing if we have any hook in the middle part of the lane. Well, that was a pretty good guess. That's not, I was just throwing it there. That's not where I was, I'm just trying to see, and that actually looked pretty decent. I don't know. I think I'm going to be around there. I'm going to make another step left. Can I make another step left? I'm going to make another step left and just see what a little further to the left looks like. And maybe belly the ball just a little bit, meaning throw it from left to right instead of straight up. So I'm going to stand on 25 and I'm going to look a couple boards left of second arrow. Okay.
I had a bit more hold.
There was some hold there. That ball did not want to turn the corner.
So now
what
I was going to ask you, when you're just starting off your practice on an unnamed pattern, are you throwing your spare ball at that, or are you throwing a strike shot?
No, I'm going to throw a strike shot at it.
Yeah, I figured that's what you do.
Well,
I
we're
prefer
working
that
right
too.
now on getting lined up on a sport pattern. So one of the things I could do from here is play around with my speed a little bit. I mean, it hit the head pin, so I know I'm close. So what if I just kind of slowed the ball down a little bit? When the pattern is longer, for us older guys, when the pattern is longer, we've got to really manipulate our speed because we don't have the hand, we don't have the rev rate. So to get the ball to slow down, we've got to initially slow it down. So sometimes on a sport pattern, for me, when it's long, and I know it's long, 45, 46 feet long, I know I'm going to have to slow down eventually. So why don't we just try that right now? I'm going to throw it at the same spot. I'm just going to move up on the lane a little bit, lower the ball down just a little bit to slow my feet down. And the ball picks up. Now I missed my spot to the left, but the ball did pick up. So maybe slowing the ball down will be a benefit to me.
Now, one thing I did notice on that shot that you slowed down, it still had a considerable amount of hold.
Yes, it did.
I think it just gave it more time. Like, it didn't pick up in the middle of the lane and still hook in the middle of the lane.
That's right. Yeah, exactly right. So we always talk about on this channel reading the lane correctly. A lot of amateur bowlers, beginning bowlers, read the lane left to right or right to left. Really, to do it correctly, right to left is important, but front to back is also important.
Yeah.
Where is the ball hooking?
Front to back, and then, now granted, I mean, there is going to be a level of side to side to it, right?
Yes, yes.
Because, like, if I'm reading it front to back, well, if I get it in a little bit, right, and then all of a sudden it pushes further, well, then I have to take a note that, hey, this area of the lane will push longer, and this area of the lane won't. Now, that's actually what I was going to test, so I'm going to switch balls now. Now that I've thrown about 3 balls, I've, gotten a bit looser, right? And especially at nationals and during team, you have 10 minutes. Right. You don't have hardly any time to really throw too many shots, so you better start getting warm pretty quick, right?
Right.
So I'm going to switch to like a hammerhead here. Comparable would be like a Storm Phase 2 or a GB5 or even a Rockstar, right?
Okay.
A Rotor-Grip Rockstar. This would be really comparable to that. Something with a little bit of surface, but not a ton of cover. Not a huge, super aggressive cover, and not super,
like my Extreme Envy.
Yeah. And for me, I want to start seeing where the friction is.
Okay.
Right. So I'm gonna look at when it starts to hook. So I'm gonna start playing it a little further right than you were. So I threw that about 11 to 6. I don't know if you saw that though.
Yeah.
About like 35, 40 feet down lane, it started to kind of wiggle and kick left. So that tells me right out the gate, well, hey, we got some friction to the right.
Okay.
Right? And then after watching your shots there, we got hold in. Man, if we play our cards right, maybe do bring out the super absorbent equipment, man, maybe we could build up a spot to the right and create some free hook. Maybe make it play like a house shot.
Okay. Throw it again, see what you think.
Yeah. All right, so I threw that one 11 to 6, had a little bit extra friction. You know what, let's go with zone left. So I'm gonna go 5 and 3 left. I'm gonna throw it at 14 arrows. Should get it to roughly about 7 or 8 down lane. Oh, that's 6 again. Well, that held a lot.
Yes, it did.
Wow, that didn't try.
And you've got a lot more rev rate than I do. A lot more rev rate, probably double. And it held right there. Didn't want to see it.
So let's see.
So now you've got a 2-pin up there. What are you looking at now? If you're going to throw a strike shot, what are you focusing on? Where the ball is?
I wanna miss the 2-pin by a couple inches. In reality, if I'm looking for a strike shot.
For me, I would want to see the ball exit the pin deck behind the 2-pin.
Oh,
or
that's a great.
Just right of the 2-pin.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, just behind the 2-pin would be great. So I'm gonna go 2 and 1 right and see how that looks. Oh, if I throw it well though.
So it exits the pin deck behind the 2-pin.
Yeah. I missed that a little in too at that.
Okay. All right, so you're getting 2 perspectives here. You're getting the old man perspective and the young man with high rev rate perspective. So I kind of know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be somewhere around 11, throwing it a little bit slower. But one of the things I always want to find out is what happens if I miss right. I want to see if there is an out of bounds. That way I can protect against any out of bounds throw that I make. So.
Now granted, miss right, we're not talking getting it to the gutter.
No. I'm going to try to go from where I think it is, and then I'm going to aim 1 board right. So I think I'm going to be standing on 23. I'm going to see the 22 board to the right of my shoe. I'm going to throw it slower, so I'm going to move up, and I'm going to be looking at 11. So for this shot, I think that's where my strike shot is. 22 to 11 to about 7 or 8 down lane. I am going to look at second arrow and see if there is an out of bounds there. I just want to see if I miss an arrow, a board to the right, what it's going to look like. Well, that's a little bit more than an arrow. And I'm going to have to do that again. I mean, that was a little bit more than a board. I'm going to have to do that again. That was about a board and a half, maybe 2. We need to do that again.
You got that sucker out there.
Yeah, way too far. That doesn't necessarily mean there's out of bounds there. That may just be a huge miss right. Let's try that again. Scoot up. Come on, second arrow. Talking and not throwing shots is a little more difficult. There it is.
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
So you still got some hold there.
Still got some hold there. I can't miss there.
No.
So I'm going to have to continue to move right.
I like that thought. Seeing if you can find some friction to give you a little bit of room.
Yes. Well, one of the things that amateurs do that pros do not is pros will start as far right as they possibly can. That's where their goal is, to see how far, because they know they're going to move left. It's inevitable. Everybody has to move left. Even in your house shot, in your league, you're going to have to start migrating left.
On top of that, I mean, most patterns are built in with a little bit of taper from the inside to the outside.
Exactly. So you're going to have to move left. So how far right can you go to start? You don't want to start too far left because it gives you no room to go, especially for us old guys. So what are you doing now?
Well, I mean, on that last shot, I didn't throw it fantastically. So I'd love to see.
Number 15, your food is ready in the grill. Number 15.
Number 15, your food is ready in the grill.
So ideally, I'd love to see just a little bit better shot going down the lane. I missed the last one in from that spot, and it held, and it looked really good. So now I'd love to see a little bit better shot, and then after that, my next shot will actually be a little room check of how far right I can miss it, kind of like what you did.
Okay.
So I'm standing with the middle of my foot on 23. I'm gonna throw it at about 13. Oh, well, I went ahead and did the room check first, I guess.
Yep, it looks exactly the same as mine.
Yep.
So we really don't want to miss right. That's what it's telling us. We don't want to miss right. If we're going to miss anywhere, we want to miss left.
Yeah. Now, one thing that goes a little underrated, and one thing that I think about whenever I start having back-to-back misses, is I start to think, man, maybe the lane or the pattern is telling me this ain't it, Chief.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
I've been in too many situations where the topography will start to show, and it'll look like a big miss left and a big miss right, and it'll be on consecutive shots. And it's usually that you're crossing a little bit of topography, and that you either need to get right of it, or you need to go left of it.
That is more not bowling 101, that's bowling 401.
Might be, yeah.
We're going to watch the ball and see if it goes behind the 2-pin, and it did.
See, that was a much better shot there.
Much better shot.
Yeah.
All right, so we're now at 3 or 4 shots in, 10 minutes. We don't have a whole lot more time, so now it's time for me to figure out the ball of choice. I'm still throwing this big ball. I think I know where this shot is going to be. Hopefully this next one's going to hit head pin and look something halfway decent in the pocket. So I need to see if this ball is going through the pins the right way. If it is on that 6-degree angle and going through the pins. So we're going to try to make a good shot here where I think it is. And see what the ball itself looks like. Well, that didn't tell me a whole heck of a lot. Because I never really saw it still. It was still going sideways when it got to the pins, which tells me I got to slow it down even more. All right, Alan, slow the ball down. Let's see if we can get it behind the 2-pin here. That's a much better shot. And now it picks up early. Okay. Now I really want to throw another one.
Yeah. It's a fun tidbit of information to have just received there.
Yeah, it's actually not really what I wanted to see. Which means I could probably ball down from this thing if I wanted to. I'm going to make a 1.5 move back to the left and try to throw it the exact same way. Well, maybe not a ball down. Huh, now I'm confused.
What if you tried to jump in a zone right and seeing what that did?
Okay.
Maybe seeing if your natural speed will play
Do I
well
have
over
an 8
there.
pin back there? It would be ideal if I only hit the 8 pin. Let's make a move. Keeping the ball, I don't think I want to keep it super slow though. Let's try this. So what I'm doing is I'm moving 4. I don't think I can make a 4 and 2 move to the right. I think that's still going to throw the ball too far to the gutter. So I'm going to make a 4 and 1.5 right. So I'm really looking at about 9.5. And I hit 11. Poor execution. You can't tell anything from that when you have poor execution.
All right, so given my shots that I've thrown and given your shots that you've thrown, I noticed that when I got right, the ball hooked before the end of the pattern. You know, the hammerhead did.
Right?
Now, when I got into an area that I think will play well, I missed left, struck, missed right, 2-pin, missed into the area where I know it should hook, 2-pin, and then I threw a really good ball that third one, and it would have struck, right? Because it finished behind that 2-pin.
Yep.
So that might be telling me I might not have enough ball in my hands
Okay.
to give myself room for the friction that's there. So I'm gonna ball up to a Hammer Zero Mercy solid.
Which is similar to my Extreme Envy.
And now I'm gonna throw it in the same spot as that hammerhead and see if I'm right. So that hooked.
That hook.
It was like 30 feet down lane. I'm okay with that actually. I'm pretty content seeing that because now I know, well, hey, I've got enough ball to make sure that it picks up. And if I throw it a little right, because I'm going to move left off that shot naturally.
Right.
But if I throw it a little right, hey, I know that there's a spot there that it'll hook off of. So I'm going to parallel this left and go 1 and 1. Yeah, and that started to hook about maybe 40 feet down lane, 35. But it didn't look like it got kicked. It was gradual.
So, based on what I've done so far, of course I haven't executed any halfway decent shot, is I am balling up in theory. So, the 3.0, the Black Widow 3.0, this has a little bit of surface on it, not as much as the Extreme Envy. This ball is notorious for hooking early. So, because it doesn't have as much surface on it, it should be similar to the Extreme Envy, but what I'm hoping is by the little less surface, it will go down the lane just a little bit further, but when it does hit dry, it will go left. which is kind of what I want to see right now, is I want a little more length out of it. Like that.
Did you get that in a little bit?
I did get it in a little bit and it helped. So who knows what would happen if I throw it a little bit to the right, but I did get that in just a little bit more than what I wanted.
The last one you threw at that extreme end, you got in, but it hooked.
It went and hit the 2-pin. Yeah, it went and hit the 2-pin.
Pretty firmly.
So let's try it again. Let's see what, I'm not executing my shots very well, to be frankly honest with you. That's better execution.
Did you
close.
move left there?
Huh?
Did you move a little left there?
No, I didn't.
No? Okay.
No. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my spare because left-handed spares, if I don't shoot one of those before we get started, things are not pretty for me. That's what I mean. All right, we're almost lined up. We're close.
Oh yeah. I think you have a little bit more room to the outside than what you've been throwing it, but I also know it's been more of execution than it has been.
Yeah, my
purposeful.
execution's been awful.
All right, let's do an area check here. I'm gonna miss this a little right. Oh yeah. I missed that. I did an area check there. Missed about a board right at the arrows. Got it to, if I told you that I paid attention fully on that shot, I'd be lying to you. But we'll say it was roughly about 6 or 7 board.
Okay.
Just because I know where I'm supposed to be. And honestly, mixing a strike from out there is ideal.
Well, that is how we have gone about trying to diagnose this lane and diagnose this pattern. We're going to end the video here. The next video that will come out after this will be us bowling a match against each other on this pattern. And actually, what we will be doing is bowling on this pattern and a house shot at the same time. So stay tuned. It'll be the next video that comes out in a couple of days. We thank you very much for watching this. We hope this was helpful for you. Again, if you like what we're doing, we're trying to give you beginners tips, nuggets for intermediate and intermediate bowlers. This is instructional. We're trying to teach. And if you stayed to the end of this video, you are the true troopers. You are the ones that want to get better, and we're real proud of you. So if you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, helps us out a bunch. We love doing these kind of things and trying to make you better. So the more subscriptions we have, the better chance we get in front of more bowlers who can learn and get better. So with that, I want you guys to go out, get on the lanes, have some fun, and good bowling.